Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to all. And of course, as always, I pray your day has gotten started off well and that it continues to flow in that vein. Making sure I want no lip chap, have some pink. I said lip chap, lip gloss, you know what I'm saying. Blessed God. Want everyone to go into the weekend, of course, being safe. Be safe. And taking some great positivity off into it with you. I am getting so much lately for myself, and I'm having to share things that I get for myself because this is a journey, ongoing and continuous. And one thing that I'm realizing is that anything and almost everything that I am supposed to feel ashamed of, it's like I'm getting a nudging from God to start sharing it. And I haven't really gone in depth about a lot of things because it's not time to go in depth just yet. Excuse me, but it is a part of the authenticity, resiliency, and transparency of myself, the art of me, that should be shared with everyone that I am pushing that message for. And yeah, I talk about, adolescent girls and young women, but men too. I'm glad I saw something by Prophetess Maggie last night in the speaking realm. They like for you to, of course, pick a niche and a target audience and things of that nature. And you can pick a target audience and have people that you want to, quote unquote, specify your message to. But when Holy Spirit jumps on something, he's going to make that message inclusive, and the very things that I speak into females definitely can be spoken into males as well. And to be honest, I believe that the men need it just as much. And I have sons, and I definitely speak it into them. It's about literally standing in the true identity of who you are and not trying to be somebody else, not feeling like you have to be somebody else, not feeling like you have to be the image of something or someone else, but being true to who you are, every peculiar thing that is about you. My sons are very different. Very different. And it's tough sometimes being young in these days. I mean, it wasn't, quote unquote, the easiest in my day. I saw a lot of people get, picked on, and I had empathy. I've always had empathy. Even with some things that I did laugh at, I still had empathy with them, and I was friends with everybody. I mean, nerds and everything. I mean, it was some that was just kind of, strange on a whole nother level that they really didn't even want to be bothered with you, whatever the case may be. But I was just that type where I'm going to make you talk to me at some point in time. But it's literally about being transparent, being resilient, and fighting through, the thought that you shouldn't share something because it's embarrassing or it's shameful or whatever the case may be, because it's going to help somebody else. And being authentic, being your authentic self, and understanding that we all have layers. We all have layers. I always, made a joke, but I wasn't really joking. I was being serious. I said, I don't care if you put me in front of the president of the United States or put me on the block with the hood. I can hold my own, and I can converse with anybody. Yeah, I said converse. I didn't say conversate this time. But I can do that. You put me in the church, it doesn't matter where I am, because God made me who I was and who I am. And you're going to get me regardless. But in knowing how to present yourself, and knowing how to carry yourself, I know how to carry me. And not everybody is going to believe that about you, and that's fine. It ain't your job to convince people of you, and that's something else. Ooh, that's a message, baby. That's a message. It's not your job to convince somebody of who you are. It's not your job to convince somebody of who you are, because the true people who gonna rock with you regardless, they're gonna understand who you are. They're gonna know who you are, because they're gonna know your spirit. They're gonna recognize your spirit. So you don't have to try to be somebody else. And sometimes it's been such a a falsified message given to present this image of perfection. And in one way or another, it's been put out there. And I don't think people understand that they kind of put that message out there in the things that they say sometimes. But it's not about presenting the perfect image, because we all know it's only one person who was perfect on this earth, period, anyway. It'll never be another. It'll never be another. So, it's not helping the next person to present a perfect image. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we should just come on the scene, look at any kind of way, and whatever the case may be. Don't twist my words. Present yourself accordingly, but be authentically who you are. Anyway, I could have on, the finest of suit, female suit, or a dress, the most elegant dress, and the baddest of heels that I can walk in. And you will still know that it's this country girl that you're getting, whether I'm in the most formal setting or the most informal setting. It's gonna be me regardless. I may be more elegantly spoken, elegantly country, but I'm gonna be elegantly spoken. Ooh, baby, elegantly country, that's me. No, eloquently spoken. Eloquence is your way of speaking. Y'all know what I'm saying. But go off into the weekend. Go off into today, knowing that you are perfectly, blessed God. Okay, I'm being nosy. Go into the weekend, go into today, knowing that you are perfectly equipped for whatever the assignment that God has for you this day, by just being you. Just being you. Yes, we all have room for improvement. There are things that we need to constantly be learning and improving, being cultivated to be better, not opposing wise counsel. And wise counsel doesn't necessarily mean old, but still being who you are. Still being who you are. If you're a true child of God, you're going to seek him anyway. And you're going to let him show you you. You're going to let him show you you. And if he has to purge some things out of you, you don't know who correction may come from or how it may come. So don't oppose it. Don't be offended by it. Don't contend against words that are literally from the Spirit of God. Some people like to do that. They like to contend against the word instead of contending for the word that was spoken. But go off into this day knowing that you are perfectly equipped to be who you need to be to carry out the purpose that God has for you. Just being yourself. Man, I always end up going longer than I want to. Boy, I am Ulysses Gideon Daniels' granddaughter. I miss my grandpa so tough. I do. But y'all have an awesome rest of your Saturday, and I will catch you in the next one. All right? Peace, y'all. Peace and blessings.